Good morning, all. Here we discuss one of the applications of Newton's laws. In the previous session, we have discussed about contact forces and some examples. Here also, we discuss another example that dealing with contact forces. Consider a string with constant tension T that is deflected through an angle 2 theta 0 by a smooth fixed pulley. What is the force on the pulley? When a pulley is used to change the direction of a rope under tension, there is a reaction force on the pulley. The force on the pulleys depend on the tension and the angle through which the rope is deflected. Consider the diagram. In the diagram, a pulley is shown, and here a string with the tension T that is deflected through an angle 2 theta 0. Here this angle must be 2 theta 0, and we know that the reaction force on the pulley that depends on, let it be the reaction force F, that depends on the tension and the angle through which the rope is deflected. Okay, here let it be here we consider this point, it is a center point. Okay, so that force, that reaction force, let it be F, then under equilibrium this force must be equal to the component of tension acting in this direction. Here this must be theta 0 and this angle also theta 0, then this must be t sine theta 0 and here is also t sine theta 0, then the two vectors added up to give 2t sine theta 0, it is a value of F. Okay, this is the force on the pulley. It is almost no to us. Okay, but here we consider this as the example of contact forces. Okay, so we have to divide this string and the pulleys into parts. Okay, then here we consider a short segment that lying between the angles theta and theta plus delta theta. Okay, let it be, this is in between this one. Okay, here this angle must be theta and the deviation must be this. This must be equal to the angle made by this arc must be delta theta. Okay, and here we consider the short segment. Okay, then we also consider that when this segment on the segment, the force, outward force on this segment be delta F. Okay, and the tension on the pulley is T here, and also in the this direction also T. This angle is delta theta, and when delta theta is very small, when delta theta is very small or approximately it is equal to 0, then it must be a point. Okay, then we can consider it as a point, mass point, or a particle. So in the limit delta theta turns to 0, we can treat the segment like a particle, and we draw the tangent at at the point at the point of the particle. Here we consider it as the particle. Then here we draw the tangents. Then the angle between the tangent and the tension, angle between the tangent and the tension is delta theta by 2. Okay, and I redraw that section here, only that section, that triangle formed by, it is the tangent, and here it is the tension. Okay, when we extending or when we drawing a normal to the tangent, we get a right angle triangle. This angle is what? This angle is delta theta divided by 2. Okay, then this length must be equal to what? It is equal to, if the angle is delta theta by 2, this must be equal to T sine delta theta by 2. And there is another part here. that is acting in the similar way, that is acting downward. Then also at this point also it is equal to t sine delta theta divided by 2. Okay. Then at equilibrium, delta f must be equal to what? At equilibrium, delta f must be equal to 2t sine delta theta divided by 2. Because of, we know that at equilibrium, the total force on the segment is 0. Here, the force acting this direction, that is denoted as t sine delta theta divided by 2. 2t sine delta theta divided by 2. Okay, from that, delta f minus 2t sine delta theta by 2 is equal to 0, or delta f is equal to 2t sine delta theta divided by 2. Okay, for small angles, we know that sine theta approximately is equal to theta, or here we can write sine delta theta divided by 2 approximately is equal to delta theta by 2. Okay, then delta f becomes 2t into delta theta divided by 2, or t delta theta. We have obtained what? F is equal to delta f is equal to t delta theta. It is a force on a small segment. Okay, we have to obtain the total force on the segment. So it is the total segment. We can say that we can obtain, we have to obtain the total force acting on at this region. It is extend from, it is theta 0, it is theta 0, it is anti-clockwise, or we can say that we have to obtain from minus theta 0 to theta 0. Okay, here we obtain delta f. The delta f is obtained as t delta theta. Then the total force. To obtain the total force, we have to integrate it. Okay, so when we integrating this quantity, or delta f is equal to t delta theta, or df is equal to, it is taking when delta theta is turned to 0. We already taken that limit. So df is equal to t d theta, or we can write f is equal to integral df, or that is equal to integral t d theta. Okay, the limit is from minus theta 0 to theta 0. Okay, so when we integrating this quantity, we will get f is equal to t theta. If we extending up to that limit, or in here this case we obtain this quantity must be equal to t into 2 theta 0. Okay, but it is not acceptable because the force would vanish as the angle theta is decreased, and here it is not acceptable because the force here would vanish if the angle theta is decreased, and it would increase without limits as the angle is made larger. So it is not acceptable because we know that here in the pulley it may not be going to 0 and may not be going to infinity. So the essential point is that the forces at either end of the segment are not parallel, and therefore on the pulley due to each segment must be added vectorially. Okay, here we cannot use the integration here. We have to add up the force on each segment vectorially to other. By symmetry, of the segment, the net force F lie in the x direction. So we only need to calculate its x component. Okay. So using the delta F is equal to T delta theta cos theta the sum of contribution from each segment becomes an integral in the limit delta theta tends to 0. In the previous slide, we have obtained, this was the figure, and here we obtain the delta F. Delta F is the, what is delta F? Delta F, it is the inward radial force. Okay, and here we consider that delta theta is approximately 0. Then this is the, this line, this is the T delta theta, it is the d delta theta, and here this is the angle theta. Then this component must be equal to T, this component must be equal to T delta theta cos theta. It is in the direction of x, or it is the component of force in x direction. So the force in x direction is T delta theta cos theta. It is the component of x, or it is delta fx. Here we obtain the value of delta f. Then delta f is fx is equal to T delta theta cos theta. So this quantity have to be integrated to obtain f of x. Then f of x must be equal to integral d of x dfx, that is equal to t into minus theta to theta 0 minus theta 0 to theta 0 cos theta d theta, and that quantity must be equal to, when we integrating that, the integral of cos theta is sin theta in the limit minus theta 0 that is equal to sin theta 0 minus minus gives plus, then 2 sin theta 0. 2 sin theta 0 into t, that is equal to 2t sin theta 0. Okay, this is the required equation. Okay, so in this case, we have used the mathematical tool of vector addition in addition to Newtonian mechanics. This is the required result. Okay, thank you.